Got the wine. Got the book. Now we got a working microphone. This is glass number 1 because I've totally nailed this so far. What's going on, everybody? Man, last episode's mic malfunction. A little demoralizing, but we're not worried about it. We've made it all the way to episode 2 of Brian's book, Bastion. And we got a nice glass of red wine because that's what Tim Ferriss would want us to do. So we're going to do a Midway review because honestly, if you look at the statistics of where I should be at right now, I am behind in my 27 reading goal already, and it's only the end of January, so I should be at 1.67 books, and I'm at 1.44, and it doesn't sound like that big of a deal because it isn't. Everybody gets so worked up about where their pace needs to be. Look at this thing I'm reading right now. There's no way that I should be on pace reading something like that. So I'm honestly not too worried about it. I think that this will get done when it gets done. And I don't want to rush it because it's been a fantastic read so far. Now, I'm relatively new to the Tim Ferriss sphere. I had heard his name out and about, but never checked out any of his stuff for myself. I got Tools of Titans over the Christmas holiday season, and have really enjoyed what I've read so far. Last episode, I said that I was going to break it down into healthy, wealthy, and wise, and I've done just that. The book is split into 3 sections, and I've kind of figured out the way that I'm going to tackle this thing. I think last time I had said I wasn't going to read it from front to back because, again, the intro says not to do that. Hey, I'll follow along. But I have decided that since the book is split into 3 sections, healthy, wealthy, and wise, I would be reading something from every section every day, and it's getting to a point that I need to read maybe 2 things from every section every day, or possibly even more. So we're going to start with section 1, healthy. This one comes from Jason Niemer, page 46, and the reason I chose this is because I gave his subject matter a go. And so Jason Niemer is the founder of Acro Yoga, and he's spread it all across the world, and it's made it all the way into the middle of the United States. So way to go, Jason. You've officially made it. And so in his description, Acro Yoga is a mix between the spiritual wisdom of yoga, the loving kindness of Thai massage, and the dynamic power of acrobatics. Now, I really don't have any expertise in any of these things, but to me, it seemed pretty solid. Now, I tried Acro Yoga with my girlfriend, and if you look at the diagram, you'll see that it takes 2 people, one being the base and one being the flyer. Now, I tried to be the base. Maybe I'm a flyer, I don't know, but I tried to be the base, and I don't know that I had the leg strength to do it, but we gave it a shot, and it honestly was pretty cool to try. It kind of opened the doors up to something like this in the future, and maybe by the next review, I'll have my base skills solid, and I'll give a more accurate review on Acro Yoga. But when we tried it, I think there was a bit more tumbling than Acro Yoga actually asks for, but it was great if you're into that stuff. There's a diagram starting on page 52, I believe, and so you can try it out for yourself and let me know how it goes. Coming from section 2, wealthy, we grabbed a little bit from Derek Sivers. This starts on page 184. And Derek Sivers, apart from being absolutely hilarious, actually had some really, really good advice. In fact, I think his section was the longest that I had even read thus far. Of course, I still have over half the book to read, so we'll see how that pans out in the end. But it starts on page 84, and in that section there was one story that he told that really kind of put a lot of my current working habits into perspective. And the title of the section went like this: Take 45 minutes instead of 43. Is your red face worth it? Now, the story goes like this. There was a bike path near where he lived, right off the beach in Santa Monica, and he knew that it usually took him 43 minutes with him going as fast as possible. And so every time he would go on this bike trail, he would just go all out and huff and puff all the way till the end, and realized that he wasn't really enjoying the ride anymore. And so he decided that he would take his time this time, and he would really slow down and take in the surroundings. And on his bike ride, he saw dolphins coming out of the ocean. He saw all of these things that he normally just doesn't pay attention to at all. When he got to his destination at the end of the trail, he looked at his watch and realized that he had only been out there for 45 minutes instead of 43. And just by slowing down those 2 minutes, he saw the entire bike trail with the same magic that he saw it with when he first started. So I thought that was great. Now that we're 2/3 of the way down through the wine, maybe we can fully realize section number 3, whys. This last section comes from Jocko Willink, page 412. God, I hope I'm getting these names right. And his quote comes from Tim Ferriss. And his quote comes from Tim Ferriss's common question: if you could put anything on a billboard, what would it be? And for Jocko, it was discipline equals freedom. And the meaning behind that is that if you go through your day and you have no plans, you just go about it freeform, then yeah, you can do whatever you want. But how much time are you spending thinking about your decisions? What should I have for breakfast? Eggs, oatmeal, leftover pizza, when instead you just know every day you're having eggs. Every day you're going to wear a white t-shirt. Every day you're going to eat dinner at 6 o'clock. If you schedule yourself into those times, then you have so much more control over your day and can find freedom by not having to worry about the small things. You have that discipline and it brings you freedom in the long run. Now, I'm going to catch up. It's only January. February's a short month. This is gonna go. I have some books on the shelves. Not a problem. I hope your reading goal is going well. I hope that if you have a goal for this year that you are meeting it currently or are pretty close. You can't be that far behind. We're only a month into this thing, but regardless, I hope you're there. This is episode 2 of Brian's Book Bastion. Maybe the wine will be a staple. We'll see if there's a progression from beginning to end here. But we'll end it at that. This has been episode 2 of Brian's Book Bastion, and my advice, as always, is to keep reading. We made it to episode 2.